I've always been outside. I've always marched to my own drum. And I guess that would make me an outsider. I find it very much a good place to be. It's very comforting. I had no art background. It was, it wasn't until I was in my mid-40s that I started painting. I never had an art lessons. I mean, really the only two art courses I ever had in school were art history, which, I've always loved history. And it's a quest for knowledge in that aspect has always been a comfort. I grew up in a house where there were books falling off all the chairs around there, and so reading has always been a great source. You don't necessarily paint what you see. You paint to see what you see. And I just love it. There are times, there are paintings that paint themselves, and there are other paintings that you fight and you fight and you fight and you put it down. And I mean, there are 30 or 40 pieces I've started and not finished because I don't know where they're going. But it's just, I love painting some paintings that just to see where I'm going with it. And as my mind wanders. And I love following it because it takes me to great adventures. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to look at me as being an educator, to get you to think, what stories can you tell? Do you need to retain this? Do you need to pass it on? I mean, there's this house is full of family stuff that, pieces that go back 100, 200 years. And I find that, this coming generation, they don't quite understand the need for it. One of the things I lament was not asking my grandparents, more about their life and their stories. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I should have listened more. I think that's the biggest thing, is we as children or young adults don't listen. I wish we had the knowledge we had as an older person, middle-aged and whatnot, to hear the stories when, there's another quote, when an old person dies, a library closes. And I think that's very important, to have the stories. One of my frustrations in my paintings is there's a lot in my painting that, are they going to get the story? Will they understand? And I find, I'm frustrated that I haven't found a way to communicate that, all the stories. Whether it's important to the person who's viewing it, I don't know. It's important to me. I had to come up with an artist statement. And I said, I like color. I like positivity. And if I can make you smile, if I can make you laugh, you've gotten my message and I've done my job. And that should be life.